Navier is starting to realize there may be more to Rashta's past than anyone knows. And this time, someone is finally getting close to the truth. Countess Eliza is baffled. She's just been told that Rashta's education is almost identical to the education Navier received while growing up at the Trovy estate. Rashta has teachers for everything a young noble woman would normally learn: court etiquette, dance, social graces, art, even piano. Navier quietly listens. Then she signals for the servant to leave. Countess Eliza is clearly annoyed. Rashta insists on imitating everything Navier does. But Navier isn't surprised. Rashta already told her that she wanted to become like her. Following the same curriculum as one's role model isn't unusual. But Rashta isn't simply some young woman admiring her. She is the woman who took Navier's husband from her. So Navier can't help but wonder, how far does Rashta intend to copy her? Then Navier turns to Lady Artina. She asks if there is any progress on the investigation she requested. Lady Artina doesn't have anything concrete, but there are a number of servants who were fired after working for Viscount Lotteshu's family. Artina questioned them, and one detail stands out. There is a restricted area inside the Lotteshu's household. Only the family and the butler are allowed inside. But what's strange is that the family supposedly has a baby. Yet, no one has ever seen the child. The baby never leaves that restricted area. Navier pauses. What if that baby isn't just Lotteshu's secret? Her thought immediately turns to Rashta. Could there be a connection? But Navier hesitates. Maybe that's too far-fetched. Elsewhere, Viscount Lotteshu greets Sovieshu, but Sovieshu doesn't bother hiding his irritation. I see you too often. Lotteshu humbly explains that he's only here because of the misunderstanding surrounding Rashta. He wants to help her. But Sovieshu isn't convinced. What use could Lotteshu possibly be? And more importantly, he warns him not to cause trouble for Rashta. Later, Lotteshu meets Rashta, and this time he is furious. He confronts her about what happened to his daughter. Rashta made Liberty a laughingstock. He lectures her about everything she's done. But Rashta calmly listens. Then she turns the accusations back on him. Instead of arguing with her, perhaps Lotteshu should pay closer attention to his own children. Is he really allowing Liberty to get close to the Empress? What if she makes a mistake? Lotteshu immediately defends his daughter. But Rashta isn't finished. Parents are often oblivious to their children's flaw. Lotteshu looks at her. Then he delivers a much crueler answer. That's rich. He reminds Rashta that she doesn't even know what her own child looks like. For the first time, Rashta's composure breaks. Her expression twists, and Lotteshu is satisfied. But Rashta quickly regains her composure. If she goes down, he's going down with her. If the truth about her past is exposed and she falls out of favor, she still has His Majesty's child. Sovieshu already knows she was once a slave, and he accepted her anyway. So perhaps there is a chance he would accept the rest of her past. But Lotteshu doesn't have that protection. If Rashta falls, he has just as much to lose. And Lotteshu finally realizes that Rashta isn't as easy to control as he thought. After Lotteshu leaves, Sovieshu goes to see Rashta. But even as he looks at her, He can't help thinking that things might have been different if Navier had been the one who was pregnant. Rashta greets him with a smile. She tells him she wants to become a woman he can be proud of. Soviesha reassures her. She's already more than endearing enough. But he seems distracted. Rashta notices. What's wrong? Soviesha tells her someone has been trying to dig up information about her and Lotteshu. He warns her not to invite Lotteshu too often. And if Lotteshu even tries to blackmail her, she needs to tell him. Soviesha can accuse Lotteshu of a crime and have him executed or banished. Rashta is surprised. He is willing to protect her this much? For a moment, she considers telling him the truth. But she hesitates. She can't risk everything on a maybe. So she simply smiles. I'm not hiding anything from you, Your Majesty. Then she reaches for his hand. She asks if he will stay until she falls asleep. But Soviesha pulls his hand away. He has other affairs to attend. He can't stay. In his office, Soviesha knows Rashta is lying. There is no way a former master and his former slave could truly be on good terms. He had allowed Lotteshu to meet Rashta because he hoped that letting them interact would make the rumors about her being a slave fade away. But now, his secretary brings him another problem. Kosair's people and Navier's people are both investigating Rashta and Lotteshu. Soviesha isn't particularly worried about Navier. He's worried about Kosair. If Kosair discovers something damaging, he's likely to spread it to every noble he can reach. And Soviesha cannot allow that. He doesn't want society to look down on his child because his mother was once a slave. Later, in the throne room, Soviesha brings up Navier's brother. Navier has no idea what he's talking about. Soviesha tells her that Kosair is trying to dig up dirt on Rashta. Navier says nothing. Then he asks what her problem with Rashta really is. Rashta has nothing while Navier has everything. Navier finally answers, she has you. Soviesha is caught off guard. Then he says, I'm one of your possessions. Navier looks at him. Does he mean she's loaning him to Rashta? Because that's not what happened. If she isn't loaning him to Rashta, then he doesn't belong to her. Soviesha says it sounds like she's jealous of Rashta. But Navier dismisses the idea. They are married in the eyes of the law. That's all that matters. Soviesha is disappointed that she never loved him. He changes the subject. He is leaving for a couple of days to investigate a mage who has mysteriously lost their magic. He asks Navier if she wants to come, not only to investigate, but also to relax. Navier refuses. The last time they both left the palace was for her birthday, and their absence prevented them from granting audiences for several days. Soviesha insists it's only 2 days. But Navier doesn't change her mind. The petitioners are already waiting. They spend their times waiting for a chance to be heard by the emperor and empress. She won't make them wait even longer just to take a trip. Rashta pouts and complains. Navier puts work before Soviesha. But for Rashta, Soviesha always comes first. As Soviesha sighs, Rashta kisses him. She tells him she wants to go with him, to support him. She smiles, but she has another reason. She wants to leave the palace and gain support from the common people. Soviesha will think about it, and Rashta is delighted. Later, Navier and Rashta stand together to say goodbye to Soviesha. Rashta tells Navier she envies her. Navier immediately guesses that Sovietshu refused to take Rashta with him. Rashta is stunned. How did she know? Afterward, Navier tells her ladies to stop investigating for now. Sovietshu brought up Kosair. That means he knows what they've been doing. Navier also calls Faring. She tells him to stop investigating and lets him know that Sovietshu has discovered what they were doing. Navier warns Faring that Kosair should lay low. Faring agrees. But there is a problem. Yesterday, Kosair overheard someone slandering his dear sister. Faring isn't sure Kosair will simply let that go. He tries to reassure Navier Kosair won't do anything unless someone provokes him first. Unfortunately, someone does. A man confronts Kosair and threatens him. Kosair immediately realizes someone sent these men after him. In one swift movement, he sends the man flying. Then he takes down the others before they even have time to react. Kosair demands to know who sent them. After being thoroughly terrified, the thug finally talks. The thug doesn't know the man's name, but the description fits Lotteshu. Kosair asks where the Viscount is. Then he gets on his horse. Lotteshu is walking peacefully when suddenly someone grabs him. The next thing he knows, he's in a pitch black room. He's been badly beaten. And when he opens his eyes, he sees Kosair. Kosair had been trying to keep things quiet, but Lotteshu just had to make the mistake of attacking him. Lotteshu pretends he has no idea what Kosair wants. Kosair has no patience for games. Tell me about her. Everything. Lotteshu starts with a lie. But Kosair quickly makes it clear he won't tolerate any more lies. Lotteshu finally breaks in fear. Rashta is a runaway slave. But Kosair isn't satisfied. There is more. Lotteshu admits that Rashta has a child. Kosair asks who the father is. Lotteshu claims he doesn't know. He says he had no choice but to raise the baby. Kosair laughs. Anything else? Does Lotteshu have anything that can actually prove Rashta was a slave? Lotteshu hesitates. Then he finally reveals that he has a document, her bill of sale. And on it, Rashta's description is written in full detail. Kosair has finally found the proof. But he isn't the only one who heard everything. Someone else has been listening. I'd love to hear your thought in the comments below. Do you think Kosair should expose Rashta's secret, or is he about to make things even more dangerous for Navier? If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter of the story. And as always, thank you for listening to Manga with May. Until next time.